Tonight, look up at Betelgeuse, the red shoulder of Orion. It is a dying star. Sometime in the next 100,000 years, it will detonate as a supernova. One of the most violent events the universe can produce. And from Earth, 650 light-years away, you will be able to read a book by its light at midnight. The real question isn't whether a nearby star will explode. It's what happens to us when one does. We tend to imagine a supernova as a distant, beautiful light show, something that happens safely far away. But nearby in cosmic terms can still mean trillions upon trillions of kilometers, and the energy released is almost impossible to overstate. A single supernova can briefly outshine an entire galaxy of 100 billion stars. So the question is really about distance. How close is close enough to hurt us? And what would we actually feel? The answer is grounded in real physics, and it's stranger than the disaster movie version. The first thing to reach us is light, because nothing travels faster. If Betelgeuse exploded, we wouldn't know until its light crossed those 650 years of space. And once it did, a new point of brilliant light would appear in our sky. For weeks, it would rival the full moon, bright enough to cast shadows and visible in broad daylight. It would be the most spectacular astronomical event in recorded human history. And at this distance, that's where the danger ends. Betelgeuse is too far to harm us. It's a show, not a threat. But move the star closer, and light is no longer the whole story. A supernova floods space with high-energy radiation, gamma rays and X-rays, and a storm of fast-moving particles called cosmic rays. If a star detonated within about 50 light-years of Earth, that radiation could strip away part of our ozone layer, the thin shield that blocks the sun's ultraviolet light. With the shield thinned, more UV reaches the surface, damaging the base of the food chain in the oceans and stressing life on land. The explosion wouldn't vaporize us. It would quietly remove our protection and let our own sun do the harm. Then comes the part people forget. The light passes in moments, but the physical wreckage of the star, the expanding shell of gas and shrapnel, travels far slower and arrives for centuries afterward. This debris can compress the bubble of particles our sun blows around the solar system and seed our atmosphere with rare radioactive atoms. In fact, we've found traces of one such isotope, iron-60, in the deep ocean floor and even on the moon, a faint fingerprint suggesting a supernova went off relatively near us a few million years ago. We are, in a quiet way, already supernova survivors. So here's the model to keep. A nearby supernova isn't one event, it's three, separated by time. First, the light. Harmless at safe distance, dazzling and brief. Then, if it's close enough, the radiation, which doesn't burn us but erodes the shield that keeps us alive. And finally, centuries later, the slow tide of debris that leaves its mark in rock and bone. The danger isn't the explosion reaching out to grab you. It's that a star's death rearranges the environment you depend on, gently and from very far away. The reassuring news: no star close enough and ready enough to seriously threaten Earth is expected to explode anytime soon. But every heavy atom in your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, was forged inside a star and scattered across space by exactly this kind of explosion. Supernovae are not only how stars die, they're the reason you're here to look up at them. Which raises a stranger question. If a dying star can end life and also create it, what exactly went off all those billions of years ago to make us? If you enjoyed this journey, hit like and subscribe to come back next week. There's always more of the universe to explain.